Welcome back to the Football Terrace. This is the Bet Victor Top 6 show in the build-up to Chelsea versus Manchester United. Big team news reported that Cristiano Ronaldo has been dropped to the bench for this big game. This big game at Stamford Bridge ahead of Ralph Rangnick's arrival. Huge implications at the top of the league. Massive for Man United, who currently sit 10th in the league with results going the way that they are. A big opportunity for United to make some ground back up against their rivals in the top four race today. Of course, a big opportunity for Chelsea and an important one with Man City currently winning 1-0, Liverpool having won yesterday also. We're here, and of course, we're sponsored by Bet Victor today. We're going to take a look at some of the odds ahead of this game, what we think is going to happen, what we feel. I've got a brilliant panel here with me as well, but I need you all to do me a favor and smash that like and share button. We will be reviewing the City West Ham game as well, although we have just lost footage there with a slight connection issue. We'll get that back up in a minute at the end of this match. Also, I'm joined today in the studio. I've got Adam Charles here with me. What's going on, brother?
No, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm looking for this flipping game though. Especially considering the big news. But yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. How are you?
Mate, I'm excited about it. I'm intrigued to just get that confirmation when the actual team sheet's announced, but it looks like it's happening. We're also joined by Lies here as well. How you doing, buddy?
I'm ecstatic. I told you I'm the happiest I've been on your show since, honestly, we met, Terry, which has been, 2 months now? So, yeah, happy times. And I'm actually excited for a United game, really. Like, I don't have huge hope for if we're going to win this game, but I'm excited for what we could see from today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And viewers, we want your take on things. How are you feeling ahead of this match? McFred also reportedly starting in that double pivot in the midfield. No Donny van der Beek as well. These are the rumors circulating. The lineup is out. Yeah. So what is that lineup? Tell us, Lias.
It's De Gea, Lindelof, Bailly, no Maguire. There you go.
Suspended though.
Yeah, that's true. Alex Telles, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, McTominay, Matic, Bruno, Rashford, Sancho. That's a crazy lineup.
Wow,
that's
no striker.
That's 4-3-3, false nine.
No striker, false nine. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I like it. Honestly, I like it. I think this could be the right move.
Who's on the wings?
Sancho and Rashford. I like it. I'm here for it. Carrick's at the wheel.
Yo.
I mean, listen. Like I know that the main talking point is going to be Ronaldo, right? The fact that he's not starting. Yeah. The number 7. he is going to be he's going to be the main talking point. But I honestly think this is a game where we probably won't have a lot of time on the ball, right? We're probably going to be out of possession most of it. And for all the good Ronaldo does for our team, the fact is off the ball, I don't think he's going to provide much for us. So I think in this kind of game, it might be better to introduce him as a 65th minute impact sub. And if the game is close, he can go statue winner.
Do you know what it looks like? I'm looking at the lineup here on Who Scored. Yeah. Who Scored kind of have it in the way of which split strikers. So they have it like this. Yeah,
kind of like Liverpool.
4-3-1-2. But we did this a few times in Ollie's early stages where the Rashford and at the time Martial would be these split strikers. Dan James, they would split and move in those directions. It appears that's what he's doing. But viewers, what is your take on that legitimately ahead of this game? I'm personally very nervous now. I'm very nervous now.
I wish you saw this guy before the stream. And I'm saying he's nervous.
No,
I love United, man.
I legitimately know that Chelsea are the favourites for this game. There's no doubt about it. But I kind of was sitting there thinking, well, football's a funny old game. Yeah. Football is a funny old game at times, and maybe Man United could do something. I've seen that starting lineup,
and it's made you more scared. Less confident.
Petrified now.
Really?
Petrified now.
I'm more confident, if anything. Honestly,
if I was a United fan, I'd probably be feeling like Lias.
No, listen, I'm not saying we're going to win this game by no extent, but I actually like this lineup. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think that I honestly give Carrick a lot of credit the last 2 games, this game and last game. Yeah. He's shown balls. The first game, he drops Bruno. This game, he drops Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think it's for the benefit of the team. I think this team gives us more balance than what we were seeing when Ollie was trying to shoehorn Pogba and Bruno into the same team. This is balanced. We might not win this game, but I think at least here, he's prioritizing the good of the team over just individuals.
And you know what I like about this? It says a lot about his knowledge of his own limitation.
Correct.
Because I think only the greatest managers would be able to get a pressing system, which I think you need to do to beat Chelsea, and get Ronaldo in the side. And he's like, you know what? I'm not the guy for that.
Right.
Let's bun Ronaldo.
Right.
Let's just play what's been working. It's probably going to be a diamond in my opinion.
It could be, yeah.
And then because Matic, Fred, McTominay, and Bruno.
But here's what else I like about
janky,
this. Consistently, United fans have been saying Fred's not a DM, McTominay's not a DM, and I think you're going to have Matic sitting, and he's going to be protected by two energetic, athletic number 8s. And I think honestly, I think this midfield is balanced, man. Again, I might look stupid after this game.
Let's do it.
But I think this makes sense, and I'm willing to give it a shot. Positively yes on the show. This is crazy.
Listen, I've said all week building up to this game, it feels like a free shot because I want to win. Do not get it twisted. I want to win today. I'd love to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. We have almost no chance with the form they're in compared to ours. But it is an element of a free hit because we're not judging Ralph's reign as interim based on today.
Yep.
Ollie isn't here, so there isn't this like fallout afterwards of, it's terrible that this has happened because we know there's light at the end of the tunnel now. There's something really good to come tomorrow. They're going to do the formal announcement. There's talk about Ralph being at the game today. I'm sure Sky will show that as and when he is. So I kind of look at it as a little bit of a free hit.
Yeah.
The only thing that will really frustrate me is if we get tanked. If we take an absolute tanking. If we lose 3-0, 4-0, 4-1, and we get embarrassed today, that will frustrate me irrespective. I want a professional, hardworking performance from my team today. But looking at it now, I mean, some of the odds have changed from when I set up maybe because of the lineup. Some of the odds have changed. I'm going to put them up on the screen.
Are the odds
now.
better or worse for United? Probably worse, right?
Slightly. I mean, they haven't changed too much. We were 19-4. It's 6-1 for Man United to even get a win today. 6-1 is massive. If I'm being absolutely honest with you.
I was going to say, I'd love to know what the Chelsea lineup is. If you,
what's the Chelsea lineup?
I can pull that up.
We'll get the Chelsea lineup. But as I was saying then, when we put the odds up on the screen, of course, viewers, if you want to check out the odds right now for Man United versus Chelsea, the link is in our description. The link's also inside our on the live chat. It's pinned as well. So check out BetVictor, get signed up to your free account as well, and give that a go. But 6-1 for Man United to grab a win. I might have to have a little look at that. But Lias, give us some.
I mean, this is kind of a shock of a lineup too, in my opinion. So you got Mendy, you got Reece James and Alonso as the wing backs. Obviously, Chilwell's out possibly for the season. Chalobah, Silva, Rudiger, and then midfield Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek. But up front, Ziyech, Werner, Hudson-Odoi. So no Mount, no Havertz, no Lukaku.
Mount makes sense. Havertz, I'm surprised that. Is Lukaku fit yet?
He's on the bench. It's interesting. I'm telling you, two interesting lineups, man.
Ziyech, to be fair, Ziyech has been playing well recently, though. Okay.
I mean, it is. I mean, Hudson-Odoi, I'm really nervous about Hudson-Odoi. Mendy starts, though. That rumor that Kepa was in goal, it's not true. Yeah. It is Mendy. And I know that scared Javern over there. He was like, what's this? What is this? But that Chelsea team is dangerous. Yeah. And, you know, on paper, do you know what's mad? A year ago, if that team was starting with Loftus-Cheek in the middle, Alonso starting, Chalobah starting, Ziyech starting, Werner starting, nobody would have been that scared. But Thomas Tuchel has got this team in such scintillating form. I am legitimately... I'm so scared. I'm so scared of him.
Do you know what I'm most scared about?
What's that?
Generational talent, Hudson-Odoi.
Speak on it.
Tell me why.
Because, bro, this guy is like, first of all, we all know he's a generational talent. So that's the first thing to get out there. Second thing is, he's in blinding form. I remember people were comparing him to, was it Rashford or was it Sancho?
Probably Sancho, honestly.
Like back in the day, he's been compared to Sancho.
They're the same age bracket. Yep.
And people were like, no, he's so clear of Sancho. He's
so clear of Foden, they were saying. Yeah.
And now, obviously, people are looking at the stuff that is happening with Sancho. He's only scored 1 goal since he's been at Manchester United.
What? Huh? Yeah, what? Has he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And people are like, well, clearly, this is just the fruits of Hudson-Odoi's labor. I'm hearing stories about how he's not even been linking up with the England team on international duty. He stayed behind at Chelsea to try and impress Tuchel, and clearly
it's working.
That's what generational talents do, and I cannot wait to see how it develops. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
He's delivering now to such a level, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and it's scary because we all saw the talent. And do you know why I'm really impressed with him? pack his bags and run into a team that was going to be easy for him.
Correct.
He didn't bottle it. He stood there and he fought, and he's now in that team. And for me, when it comes to all the attackers at the club, barring Lukaku, I think when he finds his feet and gets fully fit again, he is the first name on the team sheet. He is more talented than Mount, more talented than Ziyech, more talented that maybe in a different way to Kai Havertz. They're different types of players, but if you're going to put, they're all attackers though. So when you're when you're a central midfielder, you can be compared against all central midfielders that do your role. As an attacker, your job is to create and score.
I'll tell you this.
That's what all the job is to do. And Hudson-Odoi, barring Lukaku, is the most talented they've got. And he's now delivering numbers to back it up.
I think he's also the most unique in that front three. In that, like, especially when they were playing Mount, Havertz, and Lukaku, you almost felt like there wasn't that guy who could just get on the ball and make things happen. And Hudson-Odoi has that capacity that Ziyech, in my opinion, doesn't have. Mount doesn't have as well as he does. Havertz is kind of a guy who stands still and like players around him, he plays them through. Hudson-Odoi can get at you. He can run behind. He can run at players and dribble them. I think his profile is so unique to this Chelsea team.
Profile.
Yeah, there you go. Profile. We're using football terms today. But I think he honestly is so unique in that sense that he's an undroppable player for Chelsea at the moment.
No, I hear you on that. He really, really is. I want to get some of the takes on some of the viewers here. I want your score predictions as well, people. Get them super chats in as well on the channel. And do you know what we'll do? If you put a few good super chats in, maybe I'll mimic them bets via Bet Victor as well. You tell me, super chatters, what do you want me putting some money on today? I did miss a super chat a moment ago. This was from Herdip, who says, is it last minute winner? Is in the secret phrase of the terrace. It isn't last minute winner, but very good guess. Make sure that like button is being smashed as well, people. Keeping you up to date with the other live scores as of now. Maybe Leas can sort that TV out for us. We can see what's going on. 4-2 in the Leicester City game.
Yeah,
4-2 in that game as it stands. Still 1-0 to Man City. Still 1-0 to Brentford in their match as we move forward. Let's do some more of your comments. I want to know what you're thinking. Daniel says, Lukaku is fit, but they don't need to rush him into the game and get him injured again. And that's very, very true. Selepi, that is on. It just, I think the computer's turned itself off. Gutting. Chelsea to win 3-0 is what Simon McGill thinks. Simon McGill thinks it's going to be 3-0, which is going to be an interesting one. Let's have a look at some more of these comments here. 4-0 to Chelsea is what Sohan thinks. 2-1 is what Abdul thinks. 2-1 to United. Ronaldo to score off of the bench. That's optimistic. Mohammed says 1-1 is what he believes the score will be. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting take. Like, right now, Adam, what's your gut feeling on the score for this game?
Similarly to what I said on Friday, I think Man United will score. I think Chelsea will win, but it's not going to be a drumming. Like, I think it'll probably end up like 2-1. And I think it'll be a close 2-1 as well.
You run up the stairs. You run up the stairs, didn't you? Let Prime in. How about right now? What are you saying prediction wise
for Chelsea United? Even though that is the game, right? Even though, even though I've just said I really like the lineup a lot, I still think we have to be realistic here, and that if United are to get anything out of this game, it's a huge surprise. And I think Chelsea are the hottest team on the planet. 2 losses in 20. I'd say Chelsea will probably win this game 2-0, but if not, United maybe snatches
out. Do you have any hope that United could do it today? Anything at all?
Do I have any hope? Yeah, there's a small part of me, Terry. And again, like, this is rare for me because I usually come on this show and I'm very not negative, but like I kind of take a dreary look at things. But yeah, I have a feeling that if we can keep it close for 60, 65 minutes, then who knows? We have the match winners in that team. Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe if he comes off the bench, Sancho, Rashford, Bruno. These guys can hit you on the counter.
Yeah.
If we can keep it close till the late game part of the game, you never know with this United team.
I'm interested in personal battles, though.
Yeah. For me, I'll tell you the one that I'm looking at the most. Reece James against Alex Telles. Because I think that is the biggest one that will define this game.
But then you got Rashford to sort of back up anything that Reece James does. Because Telles, I don't know much about him defensively. Offensively, I know that he's got a really good left foot, can put in a cross, do whatever else. But yeah, I think you got Rashford to back him up.
True.
I'm looking on the other wing.
Sancho versus Alonso.
Sancho versus Alonso. I would be telling Sancho, rip this guy. any chance you get, take him on, rip him. Because we know he's already a car crash defensively.
True.
Pardon the pun.
Christ. I mean, the place I'm looking at too as well is midfield. And I think with United, that's always the place you have to look because we have struggled there. But again, I'm telling you, I actually don't mind this midfield because I think it shows balance, which we haven't had all year. But Chelsea, man, Loftus-Cheek is in unbelievable form this season since he's come back from his loan from Fulham. And next to Jorginho, Loftus-Cheek, by the way, we're not trying to get these copyright claims. He's been unbelievable. So it'll be interesting to see what you can do from Jorginho.
Hey, look at me for a second. I'm fantastic.
We're having technical difficulties. No, we're all good. We're back now. We're back. We're good. We're good. No. That's so frustrating. There we go. Listen, Hudson-Odoi is killing it right now. He's absolutely killing it. And look, Chelsea should beat Man United today. There is no doubt about it. I'm going to take a look here at the odds, though. I'm going to look at two things. I'm looking at these odds. I am going to. There's one here from the Who Scored special, which is Lukaku to score, Chelsea to score more than 2 goals, Fred and Ronaldo to both be carded. 40-1. 40-1. I mean,
Fred and Ronaldo. Why Ronaldo? That's so random.
Do you know what? I think if Ronaldo comes on late, we're losing. He's going to come on frustrated and do something petulant. Fred gets booked because Fred gets booked.
Easily.
But it just means Lukaku's got to come on and score because he starts on the bench. 40-1. I'm having a go. I'm having a go now live on the air. I'm putting a little bit of. I'm actually going to stick £5 on that. Because that's such a big bet. £5. That's a £205 return. That's my bet that I'm placing, as you can see now, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that loading. You can see that's done. That is dusted. Someone says stupid bet.
Nah.
It's a 40-1 bet. It's one of those outside ones where if it comes in, it's crazy. But all it takes, imagine this, 2-0 to Chelsea. Lukaku comes on and they get a pen and he scores. Ronaldo gets booked for giving the pen away. I'm making it up. But honestly, I've already put bets on Chelsea to win this game. We put bets on the other night on Chelsea to win 2-0. That was the first bet that we put on. I'm also looking here at United to win. It's moved again already now. It's moved to 11-2. It's moved to 11-2.
That's better odds, right?
It's slightly better than 6-1, which means people are putting money on it now. Why are they putting money on it? Because it's 6-1 and it's a good bet. Like, if you bet on something that's odds on to happen, you have to risk a lot of money to win only a little bit. So I might just throw a little £2.50 on Man United to nick something here today. Just £2.50.
Don't gas me, Terry.
Just £2.50. That's all I'm doing.
Make it 5.
But viewers, I want to know, viewers, what do you want? What are you saying, viewers? What kind of bet do you think I should put on? I want to know. Get your super chats in as well. Keep those predictions coming. Still 1-0 at the moment to Manchester City as it stands. We're actually watching a long throw in here. That's awful.
That was such a waste of time.
Throw. The snow's gone as well. The snow's gone. A lot of people are saying, see Ronaldo benched with laughing emojis. Is he, let me ask this question, Lias. Is he benched, like dropped, or is he rested for the Arsenal game?
I think he's benched, honestly. I think this is what you need. I honestly believe. Okay, benched, not benched. Here's when he was at Real Madrid, Zidane actually used to do this a lot. Like Ronaldo would not play every single game. He would be rested in certain games because he's 36 years old. Yeah. So in that case, he is rested.
Fair.
But also, I think he would also be strategically rested because there's some games where you want to play. He would play Isco in the 10 and play 2 strikers up front just because it would suit the team better. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo at that point was at his peak. You want to play him as much as you can. But I honestly believe this game was not calling for him to start. If Cavani was playing, I would have played him.
Tell me, how does that work, though? How
does it work without Ronaldo?
So you've got a huge game where United typically struggle anyway at Stamford Bridge.
Right.
So why would Ronaldo not play in? The person who scored most of your goals this season?
Yeah, he has. But I think a lot of people have also said it's a decent point. Ronaldo's goals kind of cover up the flaws that he does cause for the team because he isn't a perfect player. He isn't. And I think defensively is the biggest thing where he does hurt us. And I think playing a false 9 like Bruno, he is going to be dropped back a little deeper. I hope anyways. Keeps us more solid as a block. And I think when you have Ronaldo, let's be honest, like he isn't a defensive presence up front. You need your first guy up front to be the first line of defense. Against Arsenal, where I hope that we're in that game and it's back and forth. Then you want Cristiano Ronaldo in a transition game.
This one could be peak. Ralph's in by that point, isn't it?
Do you know what I would say? I do think people are reading a little bit too much into Ronaldo being dropped or rested in the sense of he can't, at his age, even if you look at him at Juve, he wasn't starting every single game.
Exactly.
You can't, for me, start him in this game at Stamford Bridge and then start him again on Thursday. The Champions League, slower pace. We know European football is slower paced. It's slightly easier. Playing 2 games in 4 days. And then, by the way, playing again on the Sunday again. So it's 3 games in a week in the Premier League. 36-year-old Ronaldo can't do it. I think it's sensible resting him today, because it's unlikely we win whether he starts or not.
Sure.
So it makes more sense to do that and then use him over the next 2 games.
Does that mean that in Carrick or the United coaching staff's minds, Arsenal are more of a threat to where United see themselves than Chelsea are?
No,
truly, I don't believe that. I honestly think that.
How can we argue against it?
This because you're looking at it from the wrong angle.
No, be serious.
You're trying to twist it into what it is we think even with our strongest team, we're not going to beat Chelsea at this point.
Right.
But we have got a good chance of beating Arsenal. So
I'll tell you,
we see he was less of a threat and a more winnable game.
Carrick's actually come out and explained his reasoning for it. Or he's basically, they've talked to him
what
about
they
it.
said. I haven't seen this. What he said.
Yeah, he says a few tweaks and changes to freshen things up. Cristiano Ronaldo is your standout name on the bench. I've had a good chat with Cristiano and he's all great.
And
that's not a flipping explanation.
No, he doesn't need it, but he ain't going to tell us why, though.
Yeah, he's not going to tell us.
If he comes out and is like, it's because we're saving him for these, that's the right answer from a manager. He's not a manager, but you know what I mean? And Ronaldo will be told. He knows he can't play every single game. He can't. And there's no way as well that if we were playing in this next week, relegation level teams, that you were confident that we could put to bed by 60 minutes, you could start him in all those games. But there's no way this game is over after 60 minutes from a Man United point of view. There's no way. This game is the only way it's over at 60 minutes is if and when Chelsea are 3 or 4-0 up.
Yeah, true.
That's it. So I'm always gutted not to see Ronnie start, but I think it's strategic. When I would look at it and go, maybe there's a problem, is if he doesn't start against Arsenal. Then it's a Ronaldo issue, as opposed to more tactical and whatnot. And we'll see what happens. But I'm not overtly worried about it. People will laugh. But if a lot of people are laughing that said he was washed. But if he was washed, then why does it matter if he's dropped? You can't laugh at a player being dropped if he's no danger to you, right? That's an interesting one to me. Let's do some of these comments here. Trends says facts. I don't know who you're saying facts to. Actually, no. And then Anthony said Adam is right. Arsenal are more of a threat than Chelsea.
Brother,
are you really saying
hold on, please, sir. Remember what I said. More of a threat to where United consider themselves to be. So in my mind, Ronaldo was playing in this game, it would mean that United coaching staff feel like, okay, we're still in for the title, we're challenging Chelsea for that, blah, blah, blah.
Bro, this is
however,
this is nonsense.
Because Ronaldo's been saved for Arsenal, what I believe it means in their minds is that we think we're heading for top 4. That's where we see ourselves. Arsenal are a threat to that. We need to kill off that.
You're wrong, and here's why. I'll tell you why you're wrong.
It's all right.
There's different games for different. There's different game plans for different games, man. You can't approach Arsenal the same way you approach Chelsea.
So with your best striker who scored all of your goals, it makes more sense to leave him on the bench.
I mean, is he our best striker? That's another question entirely. I personally, I don't even think Cristiano Ronaldo should be playing as a striker for us. That's another question entirely.
So where should he be playing?
More on the left. And then, in fact, that's where he usually takes up his position. But anyways, I think you need a guy who can provide more off the ball in this kind of game where we're not going to see much of it than Ronaldo. We saw Ronaldo against City. We saw it against Liverpool. And that's not to say it's his fault, but we are not dominating possession in these games. And in those games, he isn't as effective. That's a fact.
Fair enough.
Look, I agree with you. And people will call it Man United spin. You're protecting Ronaldo. We'll see. If in the next 5 to 6 games, he isn't starting at least 2/3 of them, then maybe we're wrong. But he was never going to play. He's never going to play at 3 Premier League games in a week. It's never going to happen. And I just think it's sensible for the new manager situation to have that. I thought they were going to score there, West Ham. To have the Ronaldo available for the game against Arsenal. And who do you play after that?
That Brentford, I think we have a very fashionable run in after.
Yeah, we have a very winnable run. I would say
after Arsenal.
After Arsenal, but you are beatable.
After Chelsea,
you are beatable now. Are you nervous about Thursday at all? Playing Man United.
It depends. Is Ralph in the dugout?
Most like they're saying,
hopefully
he might have visa issues, and I'm like, mate, with respect, he's not. You know what I mean? He doesn't come with. He doesn't come with a.
Now, say what you're saying, Terry. Go on. He's not what?
No, he's not.
Sorry.
It's not like someone who's applying for a visa who's been to jail for 6 months,
fair.
got like warrants out on their name, done some mad stuff, like on a list somewhere.
They should just be able to fast track.
Look at that run from Deckers. Cross the ball though. I think that ball went out. Where's the goal kick? Oh, well done, Declan Rice. But yeah, I kind of look at it like I think Arsenal fans are very nervous.
No, we should.
I think you're very nervous about Thursday.
If he can get in and embed some ideas, some principles within 2 days, because they're probably going to have to travel on Wednesday. So I don't know how much time will be spent actually on the training pitch. Yeah, we do have reason to be nervous because Ralf Rangnick is a great football in mind.
Exactly.
However, I'm less nervous than if we were playing you guys, I don't know, a month from now or something like that. So I think it will still be up for grabs. There'll still be some of that old Ollie Carrick regime that we can cling on to and beat. And we've done it already. So
Rangnick can just run training from Zoom, bro. It's all good, man. You don't gotta be here.
But have you ever had a meeting on Zoom?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And have you ever had to stop yourself from falling asleep? You see what I mean? It's
I'm on my phone the whole time.
There you go. He didn't mean that. If his employers are watching,
or my teachers.
Yeah, listen. I'm obviously I want to get to this game out of the way first. I think playing Chelsea is going to be getting a good result in this game is pivotal for Man United. It is, but from a Chelsea point of view, though, Lias, how much pressure do you think is on them today? City are about to win. Liverpool won yesterday. Do you think they'll feel any pressure going into this game?
Whether they will or not is a different. I can't read minds, but I think that all the pressure should be on them. United, again, I agree completely with you, Terry. It's a bye week. It's a free hit. There's no pressure. There's no expectation for United to win this game. But for Chelsea, they are title contenders and they are leading the pack at the moment. But everyone notices like this league is so unpredictable. Anyone can beat anyone on their best day. Mm-hmm. And if they slip up today, City, I told you last week, they will go on a 15-game winning run sometimes this season. And when it does, Chelsea will either have to be a certain amount of points ahead of them already, or they'll have to keep the pace with them.
Yeah.
So every single week in this league matters. And I think, they've set the tempo. Two losses in 20 games is unbelievable. They're the best team on the planet at this current moment. But that's why all the pressure's on them. The best team has the pressure to win.
I hope this is a title race, I think this could end up being my favorite title race.
Yeah, there's definitely the potential. Because I ruled out Liverpool a few weeks ago because I said if their defense maintains like this, they won't win it.
Yeah.
But the last 2 games, listen, that's a title-worthy performance.
Konate don't look as nice as I thought he was.
That FIFA card, what you done?
I thought Konate was going to be a solid Virgil van Dijk part
Really?
2. He's not as clean as I thought he was going to be.
See, I feel like Konate's been excellent.
He's been good, but then when he's put next to Virgil van Dijk, I look at him, I'm like, yo, this you're not as great as him. No, I think he's got a bit of refining to do on his game, but you're right. He has been good so far.
It's an interest. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to like you.
You don't like Konate? You don't like our agenda?
Listen, what can I say? Adam has an agenda against Liverpool.
Get him.
Has anyone ever said anything more ridiculous than that?
Man. Yeah, I think he's a very talented player, as you say. Yeah. We have a super chat here that says Arsenal cannot even beat this sad United team. Like, how are you going to feel?
What waste, man?
How are you going to feel as a Arsenal fan if you don't beat this Man United team with how bad they've been?
I won't be happy because I like beating United. And United were my original ops. Growing up, I hated Manchester United more than I hated anybody else. Well done, Fernandinho. What a goat.
Class is permanent.
Yeah, so I won't be happy, but really and truly, there's a gulf in between where Manchester United are and where Arsenal are. So it has to be taken within context and it has to be added a little bit of perspective. So yeah, as I say, won't be happy, but I'm not going to kill myself about it because I know that there are bigger fish for Arsenal to fry, making sure that we can, get that
Stay in the league.
Yeah, stay in the league.
No, I'm only messing.
Basically.
No, look, I look at it this way. I feel like timing in football is so important. There are times when you're like, I'd love to play a particular team.
Yeah.
And then they suddenly switch it on and they turn a corner. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans are waiting to see what happens between Man United and Chelsea today before they start talking about Thursday. If we get battered today, your confidence is going to grow. If we play well and get a positive result, it's going to change things. On Chelsea today, though, I know we kind of went off topic a bit. I do think there is a little bit of pressure. And it's because, as you said earlier, this is going to be one of the best title races in the history of title races. So I sort of feel like, they're going to get third here.
No, they won't.
Who's that guy who hates on Bernardo on your channel? Is it Daniel?
Is he offside?
Oh, he's offside.
Oh,
I don't know. We ain't got the sound up.
I think he is offside.
Yeah, he's offside.
Class player.
Look at that Rabina looking
world class player, by the way, Daniel. I'm looking at the camera. Yeah, he said he's not world class, but regardless.
They're coming forward. Oh, no, it's a replay.
You can't talk to people like that. Anyone that thinks that this guy's not world class,
he's unbelievable. But staying on Chelsea, Terry, you were saying,
what the hell?
Yeah, like this title race is going to be so amazing. I think every game there's pressure.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you're written off, but it's just that kind of, you don't want to lose momentum. You don't want to shock results, and I think every single kick is going to matter. And this little era we're in now, I think this season's the first of it, where it's starting to remind me of the time between sort of 05 and sort of 2012, 2013, that period where there was two or three teams in the race at the beginning of the season, where we've got 3 or 4 teams each season in the Premier League that you could conceivably see winning the champions. Where you could see them winning the champ. Like this season, this is what's mad. If you were told now, if you could travel forward in time, and you get to May and you see any one of Liverpool, Chelsea, or City, Champions League winners, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a shock. That's how good they all are as a team. And I just feel like every game there's pressure on it. And you even seen City at times today, a few nervous moments early on in the game and everything else. And Liverpool hit some really good form, as you've mentioned. That's got to be in the mindset of these Chelsea players. If they drop a poor performance,
that's it.
Losing momentum. This season's going to be separated, in my opinion, by no more than 3 to 5 points.
Nah.
So every single kick matters. So it's going to be a really enticing day today, because what Chelsea need to make sure they don't do is at any point start focusing on the Man United story in this. They need to focus on their own story, what they're there to do, ignore everything that's going on at our club and just play their game. That's where I think Thomas Tuchel will prove to everybody that he is world class. I think he is. That's where you prove it, is by playing a football match today and not playing this occasion of Ragnick on the way, Ronaldo's dropped, the system's changed, as the move been lifted because Ollie's gone. That shouldn't even be in the thought. If that's in the thought process of Chelsea, they could lose today. That needs to be completely ignored.
From what I know of world-class manager Thomas Tuchel, there is no way he will allow that to happen.
That's why I said, he asked me how much pressure is there. I said, I don't know if there will be pressure that they feel, because Tuchel has this team so consistent.
I mean, and it takes a world-class manager to manage worst-class players, like especially with the potential, like Callum Hudson-Odoi, like we spoke about.
True.
Like Ben Chilwell, best left back in the league. Best left back in the league.
Here's the thing too, and like the beauty of Tuchel is, honestly, again, we talked about this front three is a bit different. I don't think you'll even see a difference, because you see this guy, he puts any player in any position, and they are able to raise their level to one that matches the status of this club, the standards of this club. And that's the biggest, for me, benefit, the biggest positive I can say about Tuchel. You don't see a difference when a player comes in.
I might have to change my prediction, I just thought about it. Werner starts. And David De Gea.
2-1.
David De Gea has actually been playing pretty well recently.
Yeah.
So, main goal for it is probably Reece James. And
that's what I'm saying, that Reece James Tella's do a battle is going to be good.
I think it might be a draw, I don't know.
A draw?
Yeah, I was thinking Chelsea might edge it, but I reckon it'll be a draw, because I don't see Werner scoring.
So I wouldn't even read into it that deeply.
Oh my God, what a goal! Remember the goal he scored against Spurs last season?
Yeah. Wow, what a strike! Do you know what though? I hate consolation goals.
That's unbelievable.
Dug that one.
That's unbelievable.
Consolation goals are the worst, though, aren't they? Because it's pointless.
Yeah.
It's just pointless. It's just, I'm not having to pop it in for scoring it, but it's just bleeding pointless scoring goals like that at that point in a game. It really is. So that's 3 more points there for Man City. Wow, this is heating up now. Remember, half an hour into a kickoff. We're live at full time. We're not going to be live during the game. Do us a big favor and smash that like button for us. It's really important now. Make sure you sign up to your free Bet Victor account as well. The link for that is in our description. If you can't see it, we added it after the stream started, so make sure you refresh it, or it's in the live comment section as well. Take a look at some of the current Chelsea versus Manchester United odds. Get your bets in now before the game begins, because the lineups are out. You know who's starting, first-time goal scorers, etc. And on that point, who's scoring today? Who do you think is getting the first goal today? Who would you put your money on, Adam?
Whenever you're ready, by the way. No rush.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
That's an interesting one. Callum Hudson-Odoi, in terms of the odds on him doing that, he is currently 7-1. 7-1.
Can I give you mine?
Yeah, what's yours?
I'm not going to be happy about it because I don't really rate him as a player. I think it's going to be Ziyech.
Ziyech, he's 13-2, so slightly better odds. But Werner's actually the favourite at 11-2.
That's literally only because he's a striker.
You know, Man United's the best odds on United is 12-1 on Bruno to be the first goal scorer. Literally, Rashford at 19-2. Chelsea, this is how mad the odds are. Werner's first favourite, then Ziyech, then Hudson-Odoi, then no goal scorer at all in the game, then Jorginho, then Rashford. That's how much. So Chelsea fans, if you fancy a flutter on first goal scorer, Man United are so unfancied, no goals at all.
That's more of a...
And Man United, by the way, are 10th right now in the league.
They're writing us off, bro. Let's go.
10th in the league, Man United right now.
Do you see where Arsenal are still?
Arsenal 5th, yeah.
It's kind of mad.
Odds for Alonso to score first. Man like Prime said it. Alonso to score first. Alonso's more favourite to score first than Bruno Fernandes at 11-1.
No, that makes sense.
I can't lie, bro.
I got a free kick or a penalty from Jorginho. It makes sense.
I can't lie, man.
Basically, they're saying Chelsea are going to be so dominant that, they're going to get a penalty. And we know how much Chelsea play.
I got this feeling in my chest right now, man. I don't know what it is, but I haven't gone into a United game this excited, honestly. And again, I don't have the bro, I've been depressed the last few weeks, bro. United has been killing my vibe. But I don't know, man. There's something in my chest that's saying like 60, 65 minutes. It might be 0-0. See number 7 warming up. He comes onto the pitch.
Let's do it. I love being a neutral. I can't lie. It's fantastic.
Who do you want to win though today, Adam? Who do you want to win?
Surely it's United, even though we're like...
But I like drinking the tears of United fans.
It's Chelsea too.
But I hate Chelsea. You see with Chelsea fans recently though, they're like uber. You know when someone's so gassed, they believe in their source that they're not even really too braggadocious with it. When Liverpool fans won the league, they're like, we're the best in the world. Chelsea fans are like, 2-time Champions League.
This is what they do, bro. They're back to being Chelsea.
They're
back to being that. We win. That's what we do.
So I would like a United win just to humble Chelsea fans.
Here's why you don't want a United win as an Arsenal fan, bro.
Why?
If we win this game,
we're
going on. We have momentum. We're going on. The next few games for us, bro. If we win today, Terry, you can bookmark this. If we win today, which I don't think will happen, we're going on a crazy run. I guarantee it. Under Ralph Rangnick.
You see, we could just make a call to Paddy V and be like, "Yo,
go ahead,
check these man.
Go ahead." Oh, we're playing you guys, so I want you to check these men.
We had a super chat from Josh here who said, "Everybody hates the lineup. You know what that means." I don't quite know what you mean by that, Josh, but I haven't really been on Twitter, but I know that lineup's going to trigger people.
I know it has.
Basically, if Donny don't start a game, people are triggered. It's you know what's mad about it as well, though, right? It's you almost can't win. There's about 5 players if they don't play or do play, people get angry. So it's like unless they get the perfect team they want, there's carnage. There's absolute carnage. There really, really is. But no, the thing is, I can't. As an Arsenal fan, you've got to want a Chelsea win.
Why is that?
Because you and Chelsea aren't on the same page. You're not challenging for the same things.
That's your logic.
Where Man United, if Man United win today and then beat you, I swear we go past you in the league.
No, we're gonna fly past them.
You have 20 points.
No, so if we and then beat you.
Oh, and beat us. No, we level on points.
Yeah,
and we have a better goal difference because already we have a better goal difference.
I'm just saying, like when it comes to the top 4 race, I generally look at things strategically. I very rarely want teams to lose because of rivalry. It's in like historic rivalry. It's always what's best for my team.
Yeah.
Right now, like I want we're not winning the league. We need top 4. So everybody that's a contender for that fourth place spot, I need to just lose.
I hear that. It makes sense. It does make sense.
But I also understand there's an element of, just wanting to laugh at Man United. Maybe one last time, because when Ralph's in, of course, we're going to not lose again.
I'm telling you, man, if we win today, watch out.
Maddest thing is, I don't.
Y'all got your lefts. It's all good, but we're back now. If we win today, watch out.
People say, Terry, keep dreaming. It's not about, I don't think we're going to win. I think we're going to lose.
Same.
Why can't a man dream?
Man can dream, can he?
That isn't the point. That is completely off point. That isn't what I'm saying. The Manchester is blue. What I'm stating is Arsenal fans should be wanting a Man United defeat today. If you're not, and you're hoping Chelsea lose out of rivalry, you're not putting your club first. That's all I'm saying. That's what I think you should be focusing on.
Makes sense. It does make sense.
Din here says Ragnick needs at least one season for his tactics. Well, he hasn't got one season. He's got 6 months. Do you know what I think's mad?
At least one season for his tactics. What are you on about?
Do you know what I think's mad about the Ragnick talk? Is like people are acting like we're focused on him as the manager.
No, hell no. Hell no.
No one is. Like, we're focused on what he's going to go and do upstairs in the summer. Like, he's okay as an interim. Our main targets are Poch and Ten Hag. That may change in a few months, but neither are available now. Man United tried, and both PSG said no to Poch simply because they can't get Zidane now. And Ten Hag said he'll finish the season out with Ajax, and he isn't going to leave until then. So he's just there on a temporary basis. And until they like him as a manager now, again, it's a bit of a free hit for him. If he doesn't do a great job as a manager, I'm still not worried.
Yeah, I'm not with that. I'm not with that.
It's a free hit. Nah, don't do that, Terry.
But he ain't.
As a manager, no way.
No, you're missing my point.
The game's a free.
If he fails as the Man United manager, that changes. We can't sack him from being manager because he's not going to be manager next year anyway.
I hear that.
True.
But then the narrative would be, all right, so you've got a guy that couldn't even hack management and is now going upstairs to be the brains of your backroom stuff.
That's what everyone wants him for.
So when it comes to the likes of Michael Edwards at Liverpool, when it comes to the likes of Rob van der Sar running clubs, they've never been managers, but yet they run clubs well.
Okay.
There's no correlation. Like the point I'm making, I think what people are trying to do is bring Man United fans' mood down by focusing on him as a manager. We're not buzzing about him. We know. I think we'll play better football than having Ollie. But I would say 95% of us are excited about what comes after this stint as manager, as opposed to him being our manager.
Because here's the thing: this team that he's inheriting for the rest of the season isn't his team. We're excited into what he can mold this team into when he becomes a board member. That's what we're really interested in seeing. How can he restructure this team into a high pressing, high aggressive team? Because a lot of these players probably they will need to be moved on to get the ideal team that we want.
No,
so for me,
I'm going to put a pin in that right now.
Go ahead.
We are not having another 3-4 years. You're right. You're right. Not the team that we need. You're right.
You are right. But there are players in this team that will be moved on. It's a guarantee.
Yeah, I get that, and I agree with Adam though. I agree with Adam in the sense of if I hear the word rebuild or overhaul,
it shouldn't be rebuild.
From all of it. This squad has got technically gifted enough players to play any style of football a manager wants. Of course, a new manager is going to want an attrition of players in and out.
Yep.
But every summer, Pep has players in and out. Klopp has players in and out. 2 or 3 players coming and going each summer is about right. But that's all I want to see.
That's what I'm saying.
What I don't want is like a media report coming out from Laurie Whitwell in 2 months saying, Ralph said about 16, 17 players have got to leave. That's a madness. Because that puts us back because of the level of attrition of 2 to 3 a summer. That's another 2-year project, 3-year project. And I ain't got no time for that. I'm getting old now. You know what I mean? I'm getting to that age where I make noises when I sit up and sit down. Do you know what I mean? Every time I get a little tweak in my chest through indigestion, I worry it's a heart attack. I'm at that age of my life now where I need results.
No Five Guys, bro.
Yeah, Nando's for sure.
Actually, I'm starting a new training regime tomorrow, to be fair. Viewers, make sure like buttons are being smashed in the build-up to what feels like the biggest game for Man United and Chelsea of the season so far. So critical this afternoon. We're live after the game as well for the match reaction. You know what to do. You know where we're at. Big shout out to our title sponsors for this show, Bet Victor. Get your free accounts signed up to now. Linked in descriptions below. I want to do some comments. So Latimus Prime has commented, who's also in the studio with us right now.
Come on.
He says, you United fans are too focused on the future. You still have to get through the rest of the season.
Facts. Yeah.
I mean, but we're not. I hear your point. Do you know that is Prime? That's you seeing us happy, and you're like, "Oh, why are they happy for? I want to bring them down."
Prime, why didn't you just ask us? By the way, you're literally
I like.
And you finish 6th or 7th or something. Does United look as attractive to Ten Hag?
True. No. You're.
I think it does.
It does. Well, look, we've signed every time we've not been in the Champions League. People have said, but who can you attract in a Champions League? And we've gone and signed superstars. That narrative is dead. It doesn't exist. I do get your point. I don't want to have a bad season. I don't want to end the season in 5th or 6th. But the point I'm making is that this is an interim basis. You know, what we're looking forward to with Ralph is what he goes upstairs and does. I tell you where I would be angry, and I saw Fabrizio mention it, is that if he does really well,
they give him the full-time job. Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
And I don't think it will happen. I literally don't think.
I think he honestly wants to be like board level. Because he turned down this job twice before, and it was because he wasn't guaranteed that board level. Like his ideal goal in life, honestly, Ralph Rangnick, is to build a football club in his image.
Yeah, he's a teacher at heart.
And if he can do it for one of the biggest clubs on the planet, that's like a wet dream for him, honestly.
Terence Tibbs here says Ronaldo has never scored against Chelsea in the Prem. That's not true. I know. I remember I was at Old Trafford when he scored against them. Facts.
Did he?
Yeah, there was a goal.
In the Premier League?
I swear.
I don't think he did.
He did.
I think his only goal is in the Champions League final. I honestly think so, Terry.
No. Ronaldo goal versus Chelsea Premier League. I swear we beat. We'll see. We'll see.
I think you're thinking of Berbatov. Berbatov scored against United off a free kick.
If Ronaldo has it,
Let's look at Ronaldo.
If I'm right here, I'm beating the Yank allegations. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to hear any of that stuff in the comments anymore. If I'm right here,
maybe not.
Swear down. Ronaldo.
Only once. He scored once. So it says here, Ronaldo has faced Chelsea on 15 occasions during his professional career, boasting a record of 5 wins, 4 draws, and 6 defeats against them. Bad record against Chelsea at Man United. While he has found the back of the net on only 1 occasion. That may not be in the Premier League.
It's in the Champions League final.
Yeah, it was the Champions League final. You are right. Yeah, I swear I see him score in the Prem. That's mad.
All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later.
Bless, bro. Bless.
Do you know what I am thinking of? I am thinking of Berbatov through the legs where the ball comes through, and it was through. I swear it was through Ashley Cole's legs, and he got his foot on the ball. I thought that was Ronaldo. Yeah,
it was him, and then Vidic scored.
I think he had a goal disallowed in that game.
You know what it was? This is what happened. We took a short corner. Like Giggs pretended to touch it, and then we took the corner. Someone else took it, and Ronaldo scored. Yes. They disallowed it, and then we took it again.
Vidic scored. That's the one. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Just my knowledge might be nuts.
Very good knowledge. Yeah. It's true. No goal. But people have got to remember about Chelsea. Even when Chelsea were a bang average, high level mid table team,
we've always struggled against them.
And I'm being serious.
It's true.
We were bad against. Why is that funny? We were awful against them.
Yeah, we've especially under Fergie, our record at Stamford Bridge has always been down. Fergie at Stamford Bridge is shaky.
All right, that's funny. I don't even know why it's making me laugh, but it's just because I don't know. The sentence took me on a roller coaster. I don't know. I don't know where you were going.
No, I'm just saying, because they weren't like a crap team, Chelsea, ever in the 90s, but they were never. They were very rarely looked at. Do you know, Chelsea were this team that every summer bought good players.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And they're a little bit slightly better than like an Everton now, in the sense of Everton buy players and you go, what can Everton do? And they go, yep. And, you know what I mean? I remember when when they signed the Ravanellis and the Vialis and Ruud Gullit and all these players, and everyone was scared of Chelsea in the summer because they bought the names and it never quite worked. But it didn't matter how bad they were and how good United were. Whenever we played them as a kid, I felt like they beat us. We trounced the best game ever was I think we beat them. I swear it was 4-1 in an FA Cup final. Like one of the biggest wins ever in an FA Cup final.
Yeah, I feel like I remember.
It was 4-0, 4-1, something like that. But yeah, our record against Chelsea.
Was Hasselbank at Chelsea before or after Leeds?
I don't know. You'll know, Prime. You're a big Chelsea fan.
I think it's before.
Did you was Hasselbank?
He went Middlesbrough, I think, after.
Was Hasselbank before or after Chelsea at Leeds?
I think it's before.
Come on, Chelsea knowledge. 2 Chelsea fans.
Don't tell me I know more about your team too.
We've got 2 Chelsea fans over here with their heads down. Hang on 1 sec. I've got another question for you both. Do you know who Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is? What country did he play for?
Hey, I'm right, by the way. It was Leeds before.
Yeah.
Don't know Jimmy.
Listen, bro.
So Leeds, Chelsea, Middlesbrough.
Yeah, he played for Atletico Madrid before Chelsea too.
Swear down.
Yeah.
Man like Jimmy. All right, then.
Man like me, what you talking about? My knowledge is nuts, bro. Come on.
It was Holland, by the way.
Yeah.
Now I did, but I told you before. Come on.
Oh, can you imagine? They don't know who Jimmy is. Do you know?
It wasn't a trick question, but I actually just wanted to know. I was trying to catch anyone out. But,
Wow.
So what's your prediction for this game then?
yeah.
I'm going with 2-0.
That's what me too. Oh,
to
Man United.
Chelsea.
yeah, me as well.
Chelsea. How about yourself, Adam? What are you going with score prediction wise?
Draw.
Yeah, I'm saying draw now. I think it's 1-1.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm saying 1-1. Didn't think it was going to be a Chelsea win, 2-1, but yeah, I think David De Gea versus Werner, only one winning.
That's 7-1 odds on that. 7-1 odds on it being a 1-1 draw, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, check out the link below or in the description. You can look at it. Viewers, we want your score predictions now as well. You've gone 2-0 as well.
Yep.
Prime, what you saying, mate? What you saying, Prime? 1-1 draw.
Yeah, you're negative, bro.
Negative Chelsea fans.
Facts.
Best team they've ever had in the history of their
Can
club.
we talk about that? Are they the best Chelsea? Is this the best Chelsea team ever? Do you believe?
Not yet. No, I
Because
don't.
that 04-05 team.
Statistically, it's heading there, though.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they've won a champions. It's so hard with Chelsea because since they've had the money, they've been the best. They're the best Chelsea era ever. They've got the back-to-back title winners with Jose.
15 goals conceded.
They've got the double winners with Ancelotti.
Great team.
The Champions League winners are weird because they've already won a Champions League, but they didn't win
We're not
enough around
including
it.
that. We're not including that.
Right?
Crap.
And now you've got this team. You've got this team, I think. You could.
It's basically the same team, though.
They've got to. If they win a league title this year, I'll be so interested to watch Chelsea fans debate whether a Champions League followed by a Premier League is better than back-to-back Premier Leagues. However,
Guaranteed.
that
Guaranteed.
You know what this is? This is suffering from success, bro.
It's hard. Like, this is.
This is a Prem and FA Cup double, or we retain the Champions League, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got you're getting close to it. I still think there's a long way to go before you've got to win something still. Like, imagine they get to the end of the season, don't win anything, but they were to retain that Champions League, first Premier League team to ever do it, like in the Prem era, and win the league. It's clear of Jose, but you then start.
Is he also clear of Klopp at that point?
Yeah, if he wins 2 Champions Leagues in a row, is that what you're
I was
saying?
about to say, if he wins 2 Champions Leagues in a row,
of course.
if he starts going, it's not about him, guys. It's not about him being clear of Jose. It's about, we're talking about the teams. If they win back-to-back Champions League and a Premier League in the same season, we start talking about them being one of the one of the greatest Premier League teams, because that's an achievement that nobody else has got. I still think they have to add more a body of work, as in other trophies. It's 2 seasons, but winning back-to-back Champions Leagues is a tick in their box that no other team has got, which is massive. And you take that over a lot of things. You take that over an invincible season.
You wouldn't.
As an example.
You wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't. Hang on.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't know. He doesn't have a European trophy.
Adam, let me ask you a question, Adam. So let me ask you this now.
I'm telling you now, I wouldn't.
Let me ask you a
How would
question.
you know?
Let me ask you a question, Adam. If I offered you now to get rid of the gold trophy, but you'd pick up 2 Champions Leagues for a gold trophy, but you still were title winners, would you say yes or no?
No, I'd say no. Big man thing, I'll say no.
You're smoking crack. That's simple as that, bro. You're smoking crack.
No.
Chelsea win the Prem and Champions League this season, so it's back-to-back champs.
Yeah.
Are we the third biggest club in England?
They already are. You already are.
We are not getting into
You
that
already
debate.
are.
We're not getting into that debate now. We're not getting into that.
Who's the top 2?
United and Liverpool. What do you mean? Speak on it, bro.
That's all right. I don't want to destroy everything. I don't want to destroy it. Someone get with my Nando's.
Right, we're gonna listen, viewers. We want your score predictions. We want to know what you're thinking and what you're feeling. We are going to be live at full time. We're going to go get ready for the game now ourselves and set things up. Thank you very much for tuning in for this build up. We've given our predictions. We've put a few bets on with our partners today, Bet Victor. Go and get signed up to that account as well right now. Make sure you gamble responsibly, though. Have a little flutter. Always be able to afford to lose it. If I lose a £20 I put on this weekend, it isn't going to damage things. Make sure you be sensible. If you need any help, their website has a number of different helplines and support lines to help you. But until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Let's go.